Hi doing? This is Christopher Allison. I want to welcome you to Week 11 for Fat Guy Fantasy Football picks and predictions. Last week, I went 9-3-1. That's 9 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. Today's uniform of the day is Valley Forge gear. We'd like to give a shout out first to all the Valley Forge guys that jump on our page, that are fans of Fat Guy Fantasy Football. We have Judd Hathaway, Coach Berner, Joe Madeira, Michael Russo, and Mike McGovern. Those are the guys we want to give a shout out to this week.
Go Trojans.
And Isaacson and Wentworth.
Isaacson and Wentworth.
All right. So we tried to get everybody in. Thank you very much for participating with Fat Guy Fantasy Football and keep contributing. Thank you very much for all you've done so far. In Week 11, we're going to start with our Thursday night game, which is tonight, the Dolphins at the Bills. I expect Tannehill to do real well against one of the worst passing defenses in the league, so I expect some good numbers for Tannehill. We have the Cowgirls at home against the Browns. I expect Wheaton to pick apart the Cowgirls. I expect the Bucks to win over the Panthers in Carolina. I think Freeman and Martin are just basically rolling, and with Martin rolling, it gives a lot of time for Freeman to pick apart all the defenses and throw the ball around. The Bengals to win over the Chiefs at home. I expect Dalton to be looking a lot better throughout the rest of the season. Mr. Gigglepuss over here thinks so too. Okay, Packers at the Lions. I expect the Packers to have a big win. Don't you agree, Gigglepuss? He sure does. Okay, so what happens is I think that Rodgers is just going to put more points up. Are you going to spit everywhere? Okay. All right, so the next pick, we're going to go with the Texans.
Dick punch. Okay, go.
The Texans at home against the Jaguars. I think the Texans D, I've picked them every single week throughout the season, and they've been putting up a lot of numbers. The Jets at the Rams. I expect the Rams to continue to do well. I think Bradford's going to be moving the ball around the field with Amendola back. It's his emergency valve. You can dump it off to him for 10 to 15 catches a game. All right, we have the Eagles at the Redskins. The Eagles, the Eagles have basically unraveled, like I said they were doing last week. The Redskins are going to win. RG3 is just going to have a fun day. The Cardinals are basically going to be playing the Falcons at home. Falcons took their first loss last week against the Saints. They rebound against the Cardinals. They, I believe, are the most balanced team in the NFL. The Saints at the Raiders. Marcel Reese is now going to be running the ball for them most of the time. For the Raiders, I think the Saints are just going to roll over the Raiders no matter where they play, home or away. The Chargers are at the Broncos. Peyton Manning at home, one of the top 5 ranked defenses in the league as far as fantasy points go. I'm going to go with the Broncos at home. The Colts at the Pats. I think it's going to be a great game, one of the best games of the week. Luck versus Brady. I think that Gigglepuss agrees. There you go. He's stamped it with a giggle. I think that Tom Brady is basically going to stay a couple touchdowns above everyone else, and he will basically take them to a win. The Ravens put up a lot of points last week against the team they played, and this week they're playing the Steelers. They're playing the Steelers at home. They lost Big Ben. They're still weak on defense. I'm going to have to say the Ravens are going to beat the Steelers this coming week. There you go. Monday Night Football.
Go Steelers.
Bears are at the 49ers. Again, another quarterback down. 2 quarterbacks down. Jason Campbell versus Alex Smith's backup. So I don't really know what the hell's going to happen in that game. I just think the 49ers do have the better D, and I think they're going to win the game. All right, that's the picks for the week. Now we're going to switch over to something that I know is coming up on Thursday. We have coming up is Thanksgiving. And I want to take a little example from my friend Melissa Sly. She's been marking every day in November something that she's thankful for, not just mentioning it on the day that's Thanksgiving when everyone's around the table. She's been documenting it on Facebook every day, something she's thankful for. So it reminds you, we just had Veterans Day recently, we have Thanksgiving Day. We should be thanking the veterans all year round, all the time. Mother's Day comes once a year. Love your mother all year round. Treat them with love and respect. And again, with Thanksgiving, think about the things you should be thankful all year. not just on one day that has pilgrims and Indians and cornucopias and all that other crap. All right, so I wanted to mention that first. Now we're going to go to our dick punches of the week, everyone's favorite part of the show.
A dick punch!
There we go.
Got him, Judd.
First dick punch is going to go to Capper.
For opening my big mouth and saying the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to the playoffs. Don't think that's going to happen now because Ben Roethlisberger is hurt pretty bad, and of course, he might not be in for 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks, maybe even longer. Who knows? If that happens, Pittsburgh not going to the playoffs. If Ben comes back, Pittsburgh going to the playoffs. A dick punch, Capper!
Dick punch.
Y'all
Dick
got me.
punch.
All right, the second dick punch of the week goes to the New York Giants. Quite possibly the ugliest game of the whole season. Disgusting.
A dick punch, Giants fans!
Giants! And the last dick punch of the week is going to be done by our friend Keith Sykes, who's in his second week of vacation here in sunny Florida. He's going to be doing a dick punch for the Eagles. Go ahead, Keith.
So, I've been laying in the sun in sunny Florida for the last week and a half, and I have to say, I really don't give a fuck. But,
A dick punch, world!
I mean, come on, Eagles fans, seriously. Another fucking turd of a game. Was that the biggest fucking turd of a game you've ever seen?
Big turd. Not as big as the Giants.
Henry
Not big
misses
turd.
an extra point.
It's just ridiculous, and to lose against the most celebrated team to do nothing is just a debacle.
That's a dick punch to
It's a
Cowboys!
dick punch to Henry, and thank you Eagles for losing to the Cowgirls because now I owe Jennifer Hutford a fucking steak and lobster dinner.
Dude, that sucks.
I
Sucks for
hate
you, dude.
I hate Dallas. You hear that, Jen?
Everybody
I
hates
hate
Dallas. Steelers fans, Giants fans, Philly fans.
but
They all hate Dallas. Everybody hates Dallas.
So now we have a quarterbackless team, a fucking coachless team. What are we gonna do about Andy Reid, guys?
Gone.
Is it time?
Time.
What?
Henry, dick punch. Nick Foles, dick punch.
We're
Mike
talking
Vick,
about-
dick punch.
we're
Andy
talking about-
Reid, dick punch.
We're talking about a fucking decade of no delivery.
Dick punch to the whole team.
Dick punch to Andy Reid.
They're probably the most
Philadelphia
celebrated team
is
accomplished
only
nothing out
all
of it.
about sandwiches.
Listen.
That's it.
Dick punch to the fucking defense for
Speaking
giving up
of sandwiches.
giving up two fucking touchdowns.
He's
You
still so
guys-
pissed. He's so pissed.
We had to watch this whole
They
game
did
with him
not.
the other day.
What did you just fell apart in the fucking second half?
All right,
Fell-
we're gonna play. That's all right. It's
Pull away,
okay.
pull away.
All right.
We're good work. All right.
I hate
he's
Dallas.
pissed. He hates Dallas, and he's bent.
But Jen, I'm delivering on that dinner.
And bets are going to be paid. All right,
Bets will
now
be
the final part of our show here is basically where we pay tribute to the places we like to eat most when we're home and where we like to tailgate, and it has nothing to do with Scrapple. I'm going to let you know that right out the gate. So we have Tony's Touch of Italy in Pompton Lakes, New Jersey on Wanacue Avenue. Basically, go see Roberto. I've known him basically high school days. Freshman, sophomore year. This guy is awesome. He's been there forever. Love the guy. Go get a Sicilian pie. Second one is Real Pizza.
Real Pizza, Wayne, Pennsylvania, 688-2222. Steak Stromboli. Pick it up at the Red Truck Gate.
You got it.
And
Gate.
also, since I've been down
Philly
here,
cheesesteaks.
Red's Seafood has been
Red
awesome.
seafood, Cape Coral. Pineapple.
Red Seafood, the grouper with crab, fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah. Delicious. I'm so happy we found that place.
Richie B Sports Restaurant down in Southwest Cape off of Cape Coral Parkway, Chiquita Parkway. Go in there, 30 plus TVs. Get some Iron City beer. Have yourself some tots. Get yourself a steak stromboli. No peppers, no onions, no mushrooms. Sauce inside. You'll be happy. Come in, say hi to Steelers Nation down there. Go Steelers.
I want to thank everyone for coming and watching the show again. At Fat Guy Fantasy Football, we're just trying to have fun. We're not trying to take ourselves too seriously.
As you can tell.
We're trying to make picks and help people out in the fantasy leagues. This hat is actually cutting the circulation off to my brain. And I want to thank everyone for coming out.
Why was I laughing in this video?
Hey,
What?
hey,
Dick punch! That's it, Butch!
Shut it down.